Chapter 10. We are on Chapter 10. In the last chapter, Jack had the idea for Celeste to pretend to be interested in his dad. That way Celeste can be at the house more frequently when Buck comes home and sees her. She can play it off like she's there to see him. So, and because of that, they're not as worried about her getting out before he gets home. So now they're just fucking all over Jack's house. But now, because Celeste has to basically give the girlfriend experience to Buck, that takes all the energy she was using to placate her actual husband. You know, because remember, she's married. She's married, but she's got a couple extracurricular activities. Isn't that what they called them in school? So now when she goes home, she can just barely... She already couldn't tolerate her husband. But now it's even worse. Because it's just... Buck's kind of taken out all of her patience. So when her husband, Ford, wants some kind of, attention, affection, anything like that, she just tells him that she's too tired from working. Teaching takes so much out of her, she can't really give it to him the way he wants. And by it, I mean affection. And also sex. She's not giving him sex. And she tries to get him to get more into, like, porn and stuff like that. She's like, I just watch videos and just jerk off. You'll be fine. But he wants the real thing. So she tries to accommodate him as best as she can. You can call it that. But Ford's appetite was for real flesh, and he'd insist that, at the very least, I let him look at me naked while he pleasured himself. This led to offensive scenes of Ford's face in the dim-lit shadows, his jaw fixed as tightly and aggressively as an assassin about to pull a trigger, while his body hunched over me, panting and dripping sweat. And they say romance is dead. And then, as a little bit of time goes on, Ford starts getting more and more frustrated, until he eventually punches a hole in the drywall. So now it's almost Christmas, and Jack is going to be going away for the holidays to spend Christmas at his mother's. So as one last hurrah before Christmas, before Jack leaves, they decide to get a motel together. And they do some things, a couple paragraphs worth of things. And then Jack gives her a gift, a little tiny box. And Celeste panics because she thinks it might actually be an engagement ring. But it turns out it's just a pair of hoop earrings. The part of me that had once voiced concern about having any object that could be linked to Jack, it would have asked Jack if the earrings were a family heirloom, or made sure he hadn't taken them from his mother, who might discover them missing and mention them to Buck. No longer fussed over such neurotic worries. A repeated contact without consequence meant I didn't sweat small details anymore. So, before, she was very particular and very careful. Remember, she gave him that cell phone that only has her number in it. And she said, don't call anybody else with this. This is only for us. She also had a strict no gifts policy. But now they're getting a little lax with the rules. They're getting a little careless now. And then later, they're back at Jack's house, and Buck has a gift for Celeste. And they are diamond earrings. Decidedly more expensive than the hoop earrings that Jack gave her. So to make Jack feel better, she's like, well, I can't take these home. If my husband sees them, he's going to ask questions where I got them. Of course, if that was the case, she could just easily lie to him and say that she bought them for herself. Christmas gift to herself. I mean, it's not like she has a problem lying to her husband. But I get it. She's doing it to make Jack feel better. How nice of her. What a nice lady. It was only because of Jack's melancholy at being outgifted that I agreed to meet him once over the break. 2 days before Christmas. Several hours away in the town where his mother lived with her husband and his 17 and 19-year-old sons. whom Jack apparently loathed enough to prefer residence with Buck. We made a plan to rendezvous at the mall in one of the handicapped restrooms, where Jack alleged that one of his stepbrothers took girlfriends to fornicate all the time. A single room with a locking door, a sink, and a toilet. I mean, at the mall during Christmas time, there's children. I guess that doesn't matter to her. In fact, that's probably what's doing it for her. Oh, man. So then they have sex in the bathroom. It's described better than that, but I mean, come on, man. I can only be on camera reading so many of these. I mean, what do you want me to do? I would say, use your imagination, but don't even do that. Just take it at face value. They fucked. The end. Okay, and now it's Christmas Day, and she's spending it with her husband Ford. And Ford bought her a bunch of lingerie. I knew an initial viewing session of the garments was unavoidable, so I took a great number of sedatives and washed them down with cranberry mimosas. Ford had placed himself in charge of deep frying a turkey, so I had no real duties for the day, other than to remember to continuously dab a Kleenex at the drool forming in the corners of my mouth, and serve as a veritable blow-up doll for Ford to take his festive cheer out on. Have a holly jolly Christmas. The next morning I woke up sore with the raging thirst that follows a night of obliteration, but with very few painful memories. That erasure was the gift I gave myself. And that's chapter 10.